quarterback. And I think everybody has a tendency when it comes to athletics to look at the physical person. And obviously you got to have enough arm strength and you got to have enough physical tools to be able to play at a high level, like at Boise State. But I think that there's intangibles that Sam has that are great. I think his leadership ability, his competitiveness, his drive, and his will. The unseen portions of a person, focus, poise, charisma. I think he does a great job at all those things. And, for me, when you're picking a quarterback, those things that you can't see about a person are what could be the difference maker and the great separator. And, he was a wonderful kid to coach. I was at Hidden Valley a lot longer than 12 years, by the way. I was just the head coach of baseball for 12 years.
Okay.
I started coaching there in 2000 and been there for 24 years,
Gotcha.
coached football there and baseball. But yeah, he was by far the best QB we've ever had there. And so he's just got to keep working, but he does. He has a strong arm. He's going to work really hard. I think he's a high character kid and he's real focused. And I think he's in great hands with Coach Plow and Coach Avalos there.
Sam Vidlak is a transfer from Oregon State University, now playing quarterback for Boise State. Let's talk about, that transfer. What led to that transfer in terms of that decision not working out well for him? And what are his expectations here in Boise? I'm assuming he's coming here to be a great teammate, but the competitor inside him tells me that at the end of the season or at one point, he'd love to have an opportunity to be the starting quarterback.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, the transfer thing, I don't want to get into that, a bunch of that. It wasn't like anything bad happened. I think it was just more of a fit. And, I think he did really well at Oregon State. He won the respect of the coaches there. He won the respect of the teammates there, and he excelled. He was player of the week multiple times in the spring and in the fall. He did a great job. So I think opportunities are important. And I think if you're going to make a move, I think making it early is better than late. And he loves his home there at Boise State. And as far as this year goes, he just needs to be ready and do his part. They've been nothing but honest. I think the Bachmeier kid, it's his job now. And I think Sam's job is to compete for the 2 job. And it is to be ready to go if he's called on and be a great teammate and go from there.
Well, you're going to have to exchange all your Oregon State gear for Boise State gear, Mark Vidlak. Hopefully that process is already taking care of itself for you and your family, but
it's done.
Already done. But you're going to have to get some room now in your closet too for the College of Idaho with Nate Vidlak. Yeah. He's joining Mike Morosky's squad there. I mean, that makes so much sense as to why you and the rest of the Vidlak family's moving over here. I mean, you get to see a lot of football, a lot of Vidlak football. Tell us about Mark. Is he a quarterback too under Coach Morosky there at C of I?
Actually, Nate's going there to play. He's going there to play baseball. He was dual offered, but his first priority there is baseball. So he's going to be there with Coach Humberger, and Nate's a great player. He's a state player of the year 2 years in a row on a state championship team. And
yep.
I'll brag on Nate because he's always been Sam's younger brother, but Nate just finished his career at Hidden Valley. I think his career record was 23-2 on the mound, and he has the best ERA in the history of Oregon high school baseball.
Wow. I love it. Well, I'm a LeGrand guy, Coach, and those have been battles the last 2 years in the 4A level. And we're glad to have you over here. And what a treat it must be for you and your family to get to watch a lot of college baseball and football with Sam and Nate. And best of luck with the Fruitland Grizzlies. Can't wait to see that new offense. No more wing T out there.
No more wing T. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Year ones can be tough, but we're gonna scrap and claw, and we're gonna have a good time. So, yeah. Hey, LeGrand is awesome. I went to Eastern Oregon. I was a Mountaineer. So,
okay.
And their head coach Parker McKinley's awesome. One of my good dear friends.
Love it, Coach. We appreciate you doing this, and we'll be following you over there in Fruitland. Thanks for the time today, Mark.
Hey, thank you, man. Take care.
Mark Vidlak, father of Sam and now Nate. But yeah, Sam Vidlak. This is going to be a name, I think. Prater, are we going to hear more about Sam Vidlak than maybe we thought when you initially heard the announcement that, and a quarterback from Oregon State is transferring over?
I think the more appropriate question is, Hank Bachmeier going to play quarterback at Boise State for the next 2 years?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's huge.
So we'll see. I mean, obviously, Sam Vidlak is taking a very big risk, but he feels comfortable with it. His family feels comfortable with it. He's a competitor who thinks he can go off and get his opportunity, but we'll see what Hank Bachmeier does. If Hank Bachmeier has a good year, I'm sure he's gone. If Hank Bachmeier has a decent year, he might stick around. Boise State's quarterback, there's lots of options and lots of questions right now.
How do you play into the fact that Sam Vidlak probably knows a lot of terminology and a lot of stuff about how Oregon State operates football, Prater? Just me and you shooting the breeze here. Do you think that's a significant advantage? Something you haven't seen in college sports in years past because of the transfer rules, but the Oregon coaching staff is the same staff that Sam Vidlak had last year. How much can he help?
Probably not a lot. I mean, they'll change their game day signals. And if Boise State gets caught up in trying to play that game in the hysteria and chaos of a 3-hour football game, you might be able to get a little bit here, a little bit there, but it's not a deciding factor. And then in the transfer portal era, everybody has 5 or 10 football players that was on somebody else's football team. So I think a good coach can figure that out, and a not so good coach can not screw that up. I'm not sure what that means. But.
All right. Hey, hockey geeks, the season is now over. Letter grade it. Just text me A through F. What was this hockey season to you? This was really my first hockey season, and I got a partner here who's a hockey pro. I want to talk a little bit about that and rock jocks and pop culture, R&R barbecue. That's at stake today here on Prater and the Ballgame.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket